Hi, this informational video is for the first-time users of MyOnReader. The goal of the video is 3 parts. 1, learn how to log in. 2, learn how to successfully take the interest inventory. And 3, learn how to take the Lexile placement test. Let's get started. Once you log into MyOn, you'll be prompted to type in the school name, which if in all caps you type in Trecca, and you'll notice that once you type that in, you'll see it from the drop-down menu and you can select that. Your username and password are the same that you use to log in every day when you go to school. So I've used my name for an example. Okay, for the first-time users, the very first screen that pops up after you log in is your MyOn interests. So what you'll need to do is take a look and take the interest inventory that includes categories and your opinion on the types of categories or types of books that are in MyOnReader. MyOnReader houses between 7,000 and 10,000 books ranging from preschool all the way up to 12th grade and college reading. Okay, so you can select your language and begin. In the top right-hand corner is the Save button, so don't forget to save your work. The categories are genre, graphic novels and cartoons, science, language arts, social studies, math, fun, animals, hobbies and how-to, sports and vehicles, scary and gross topics, and about me or self-help topics. So let's get started. So the very first one you're thinking, genre, what does that mean? That just basically means in the category that do you like to read on a scale of less interest, some interest, most interest. Are you a reader? Do you like to read all kinds of different reading material, different genre? And I would have to say that I do, but probably not. I'm most interested in nonfiction, so I won't go ahead and click most interest. I'll go in between some interest and most interest. So the next one are graphic novels and cartoons. Do you like that comic strip format? No, don't seem to care too much for the comic strip format, but I'm not less interested. And the next topics are your school topics. Do you like to read about science? Is it intriguing to you when the teacher was reading from the science book when you were in school? And language arts, social studies, and math. So I was interested in science, and of course I have great interest in language arts and social studies. I do like history, and I'm somewhat interested in math. Love animals, so I'm going to click most interested. I have some interest in hobbies, but I don't really have an opinion either way, so I'll leave that circle in the middle. Sports and vehicles, not so much. Scary and gross, sometimes, so I'll leave that in the middle. And self-help books, I find those very interesting at times. So once you're finished, you scroll back up to the top and click Save. And at any time, you can go into your profile and change those interests as you see fit. So the third and final task of the first time login video, how-to video, is the Lexile test. And just a little bit about the Lexile. A Lexile is a number that is assigned to you after you take this test. And this measure represents both the complexity of a text, such as a book or an article, or this paragraph, and an individual's reading ability. So the Lexile measures is a mathematical formula put together by a company called Metametrics, and it measures, and it is expressed in a numeric number followed by the L for Lexile. And it measures variables of word frequency and sentence length. There's no direct correspondence between the specific Lexile measure and your grade measure. For after all, there's a wide range of readers and wide range of reading material in the classroom. So this is to match readers with text at whatever level your reading level is. So the very first question will give you, or all of the questions will give you a paragraph to read, followed by one question. Be sure to save each answer as you move on. You may have anywhere between 8 to 28 different paragraphs to read. You'll want to do your best. Make sure that you read this in a quiet place and do this all by yourself so that the MyOnReader can pull books based on your interest inventory and based on your Lexile level. Let's get started. Okay, so I quickly went through for observation purposes the Lexile, which brings us to the page and provides the current Lexile based on the test. Results are configured immediately. So my current Lexile is 400L, 500L. And at this time you can begin clicking on your library and looking at through the recommended readings based on your interest inventory and your Lexile. It's important to remember that as you read, you will be prompted to take quizzes at the ends of the books. These are required. At times you will also be prompted to take an updated Lexile test. These are required as well in order for us to keep track of your reading growth. So you are here, or I am here now, and as I read through MyOn's library, hopefully my Lexile will improve throughout the year. This concludes part 1 of logging into MyOnReader, learning how to take the interest inventory, and learning how to take the Lexile placement test. Now go on to part 2 of the video, how to use the library.